Welcome to the Wednesday Uriah Jokes Podcast, the podcast that begs the question, why? Now, speaking of a man that begs for laughter for no money in a bar that hasn't seen happiness since the Prohibition era. Give it up for your host, Uriah Wesman. Fantastic. Nothing like a bar that hasn't seen happiness since the Prohibition era. That is a long time ago, and the original council culture that no one talks about. But I'm Uriah. This is my podcast. This is the Wednesday show. I don't know why we need to keep reminding you what day of the week it is, as if it matters in this grand scheme of the life of the things. But this day, Wednesday, is tied with second for the worst productive day. And it's tied with all the other days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I don't know. Too many days. Come on. Let's just do one really long day that goes 7 days. And it's just a really long time. We have time to fix the time issue in the time is time. The time-space continuum. But you know what? I hate Mondays. I hate Mondays because it was the day I was born. I went straight from the womb to the tomb. And that tomb was called Montana in the 90s. Now we got the news that everyone is talking about. So this podcast has to talk about it too. Otherwise, we won't be invited to the convention in Silicon Valley that everyone is talking about. Then no one will be talking about us. Then what the hell are we gonna talk about? Just other people not talking about us? What the hell am I supposed to say when someone eventually asks me what I'm talking about? I don't know what I'm gonna talk about. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying. I'm a crazy man wearing a jersey of a bunch of losers. It's game day, hockey game day. Well, I just lost all my listeners there. But talking about, I'm not going to know. But let's get to the news. News. When a show needs to fill time because there's a hockey game, I need time to prepare to be disappointed in. And then I lose all track of time and meaning as a man stuck on a deserted island where Wilson is a QAnon supporter who believes the island is just a test because we're getting close to the truth. Ha ha! Ha ha! Ha ha! Hugo Chavez is taking over the world! The president got kicked off basically all social media platforms. If you want the full story, get it from someone that can spin it round, round, baby. Round, round like a public record, baby. Round, round. I'm not an analysis. I get too focused on the anal of the ist. I got the worst writers. Whoa, we got breaking news. We got breaking news. Okay, I'm getting the news now. This news is breaking news. Da da da, we got breaking news. Interpretive dance through the airwaves is interpreted as nonsense in the form of the worst type of flattery. Improv. And the breaking news is this exclusive from the Uriah Jokes podcast is Pigeon Mail, a union representing 45.5 million carrier pigeons in New York City and hundreds of millions more throughout the entire world, announced they will no longer be carrying any of the president's mail. Tweets are irrelevant ramblings that he writes on a napkin while on the porta potty. I haven't seen birds get this politically involved since they chose the stork to be the one that carries the babies and not the bald eagle. We all know the bald eagle probably should have done it because a stork cannot be trusted. You can't trust storks. You can't do it. Name one trustworthy stork in the world. You can't. Baby mix-ups happens all the time. Bald eagles don't have hair, so they don't have time to listen to your problems about your child. They will just get the child to you with no fuss or muss. That sounded like an infomercial. It really did. But if this is your first time listening to this podcast, I'm sorry. And if you're somehow angered by the Carrier Pigeons making this political, divisive, invisive move, I already sold my soul for this podcast equipment, so I'm not the best judge of character, if anything. But with all these accounts getting suspended, all this talk about social media censorship, the censor of the ship, a censorship? You know what this would mean is if the Titanic sank, they would censor the Titanic because it's censorship. It's a censorship. So they're not so good at censoring because I've heard about the censorship. So if they're gonna censor the censorship, I probably shouldn't know they're censoring the censorship. The censorship ship. The censorship ship. Good. But all of this, no one has said, hey, let's start a Myspace account. Hey, let's get the Myspace back together. Let's get the Myspace band back together. Nobody. How bad can a social media company be that no one realizes MySpace still exists? Go on MySpace. Oh, they're all shutting. Go on MySpace. Oh, they're shutting me to go on MySpace. Go on Tumblr. Unbelievable. All this complaining. Oh no, people aren't gonna see my tweet. What world are we living? Oh, they're not gonna hear my tweets. This is censorship. Just go and yell at people outside and more people will hear your thoughts and probably respond to them by yelling back at you. But I know, I'm like everyone else. I love to go back to the good old days when social media like MySpace is just a place you go to get catfished. Instead of catfishing to believing in an entirely different reality exists. Like I believe in a reality that one day the Canucks will win the Stanley Cup. I'm a ludicrous idiot. That's not gonna happen. But every day I believe, and I surround myself with other fans and all the people that correspond with the Canucks. I'm like, hey, they got a shot this time. I think they do. If history has taught me anything, the Canucks have a shot at making the playoffs and winning the cup. But I mean, half of America can believe in this separate reality that Carrier Pigeons are working with Antifa to deliver the vaccine to turn our kids into Mark Zuckerberg so we never leave Facebook. He wants to put all our faces in a book, and the way he does that is he uses the vaccine catalog to class us and put us into boxes of face, box, of fakes, box, blocks. But why can't we choose a more plausible reality? Like a reality where taxes you only have to pay if you lose a game of one-on-one basketball with the IRS agent. This is profound. But I will leave you guys with an even more profound idea. A profound idea. A profound time idea. This idea will create magnitudes of energized brain cells upon hearing it, then a massive headache because the cells are not equipped for the knowledge I am about to cast upon you, just like the trout is not prepared for the needle in his neck. And that's how I fish. That's right, I fish with needles. I'm trying to do is what all of my friends are trying to do. We're trying to gain followers, and some are better than others. I'm the one that's horrible at it. Every time I post, I lose a follower. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna rely on skill, and that won't get me far. Especially when I don't have much skills. I got the skills of never being noticed. Hey, that's a skill. But I don't think people should be shocked that we are all following people in the battle every day by reading people's tweets, and then you're living in a catacomb of the reality. Oh, you ate shrooms? You had a mushroom egg salad? Oh, look at you. I thought you were vegan. Oh, looks like you lost some followers because, uh-oh, you shook the reality. So the question to you, the question to all of you is insert inspiring quote here to end the show.